Okay guys, at this point we're going to just get some clay like this here for our clay project. This is all clay that's sort of been clumped together, and so there's air in between it, which would make it so that it would blow up in the kiln, or air expands between this and can cause real problems for your pieces. So what we're going to do is we're going to wedge it out, and I'm going to stand up to do this, and I'm going to kind of take my leg and press it back, which you can't see, so I can bring my body weight down on the clay. So we're going to kind of press the clay down and pull it towards us, and I'm sort of turning it around and doing this. If my clay is really dry, I can take a little bit of water on my hands, not a ton, just a little bit, like just a layer of it, and wedge that into the clay. So I'm gonna wedge for a few moments, and wedging that water in is making it a bit softer, which is good. My clay's still a little dry, so I'm gonna take a little more water. And this is a workout, so definitely know that it takes some effort to do this. Standing up is almost necessary for it. And after you've wedged for a little while, we're going to make a slab with this. So I think that's pretty well wedged. At this point, I'm going to kind of press it down a little bit. So I'm kind of coming over this, pressing it down a little. And then from here, that's pretty good. I'm going to stay standing. I'm going to bring these dowels on either side. Okay. And then I'm going to take my rolling pin, and I don't use the handles on it because those are kind of broken. They just spin around. I'm going to bring, again, my body weight over this, making sure these dowels are set so that they fall under the rolling pin. The reason we have the dowels there, oh, that's an air bubble. See, that's a problem, so I'm going to pop that. That's what we're working to get out of there. The reason we have these dowels here is because they sort of determine the thickness of your slab. So you get a consistent thickness when you use them. And my rolling pin's still not touching the dowels, so it's not, oh, there's another little air bubble. My rolling pin's not touching the dowels, so the clay's still pretty high here. So I'm going to keep going until I get to those dowels. I'm getting closer. You can see there's a lot of clay in the middle there. And at this point, I'm starting to touch the dowels. So at that point, my clay slab is pretty consistent. So I'm just going to roll this over until I don't see any of these little hills here. There's some little tiny like hills sticking up. I want it to be pretty consistent. So I'm going to press this out. And this is a pretty big slab. Depending on the project you're using, this is enough for, a couple of bases for a project, usually. There we go. And there's a nice slab. So we're ready to do the next step here.